After eons of making Oscar-worthy films,
I'm deeply hurt. Your words deeply hurt me.
and laying waste to young women everywhere,
Yeah, now you owe me some good pussy.
Sensei Bumfluff decided to descend from Mount Olympus and gift the world his powerful seed. Not once, not twice, oh no no no. How many demigods are walking the earth, you ask?
How many kids have you got?
7.
No.
These 7 children were all conceived by Lord Seagal at the exact same moment, with 4 different women, when he was only 7 years old.
I had him when I was 7. And most people don't have sperm when they're 7.
Yeah.
But I was just special.
You did.
After returning to train some MMA fighters into world champions,
Let me tell you this, the guys that I'm training in UFC, you know, some of them have gotten their championship belts, world championship belts, because they've attributed that to me and me teaching them, so I still know a thing or two.
he decided to take a break to f*** a dead monkey fetus and produced another offspring. That offspring grew up to become Brendan Schaub.
Dicey.
I don't like it.
I don't get down with sea urchin.
I
still don't like sea urchin.
Yeah, sea urchin.
John Elway lives and breathes in Denver, Colorado. Owns car dealerships. Won Super Bowl.
Okay, he won Super Bowls. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not anything.
They even go to where Henry Lee Oswald's house was, where he stayed. Henry Lee Oswald was shot. Harvey, sorry. Where Harvey Lee Oswald was shot, Lee Harvey Oswald used and tried to make the same shots, and guess what?
I want you to shut the f*** up.
We have some acquaintances that have they don't have they don't have, if he is just any other customer, he's so f***ed. He's a glimpse on their radar. So,
You know?
The similarities and resemblance is uncanny. There is no DNA test needed for confirmation. This video is all the evidence required to prove that Brendan Boo Boo Schaub came from the nutsack of Sensei Steven Seagal. Consider this only a brief introduction. If you want to see more of Boo Boo, let me know in the comments. Unless you're a moron, it's common knowledge that Sensei Bumblebee is the elite of the elite when it comes to pushing people extremely firmly and flailing his arms like a
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Sensei Marshmallow is a lifelong martial artist and respected by all the greats.
See, most of Seagal's movies, his action is done close up. You really can't see. Everything is real quick cuts. So
Steven's, you know, he's an entertainer. You can't call him a deep martial artist. There are too many martial artists that I really honor and respect.
Boo Boo followed in his father's samurai footsteps, but took it a step further by actually fighting men that weren't paid to allow him to beat up on them. Boo Boo was a UFC fighter who started his career well before descending into a dark hell of getting knocked the f*** out repeatedly.
The left hook, it wasn't even an uppercut. The other punch, oh yeah, he's out. And Herb Dean rescues him, and Brendan.
So much so that his best mate Joe Rogan decided to shit all over him live on air during one of his podcasts. It came from a place of love though, so it's all good.
I worry about your commitment to fighting, and I worry about where you stand, not your commitment to training. I think you have one foot out the door. I think you're looking... You disagree? I think concussions. You think about how many you've already had, how many you got coming up, how much damage you're taking in training. When does damage start to show up in your life? The reality of your skill set and where you at now, I don't see you beating the elite guys. There's a fluidity to their movement that you don't really have. There's shit that other people can do that you can't do. There's a certain amount, there's a bridge between you and the very best guys in the world. And I don't know if you can cross that bridge. That's the reality of life.
Frankly, all those knockouts and punches to the head go a long way to explain his behavior.
Sahara, Nevada?
Sierra Nevada.
Sierra Nevada?
The Sierra Nevada.
Sierra.
The Sahara is a desert in Africa.
That's
What we learned was that.
Now just a brief intermission to let you know that if you want to stop world hunger and create world peace, think about liking and subscribing, because Seagalism as a one world religion is the only way forth. Maybe think about dropping in a comment about kittens or climate change, because that kind of woke crap tickles the algorithm.
How dare you!
Took me to a restaurant and I had to eat something fast. I ordered me some chicken, they gave me alligator ass. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me good pussy.
We know Sensei Seagal is smooth with his words. Whilst he may not always make sense with his phrasing, he very rarely actually mispronounces words.
Hollywood Scarecrow, I want you guys to run an inventory on what we...
Boo Boo, on the other hand, seems to have trouble not only saying words,
Joanna Yunjenchek versus Rose Namajunas. How do you like that for pronunciation? Suck on them balls. I'm getting better. When I trained with Alexander Gustin, I walked away f***ing memorized.
but also understanding the meaning of words.
You know, and then when we speak of proteges, if you want a protege, you watch Benavidez on Showtime. First of all, he's 21. And before that, ready for this? This is a protege. Had 0 amateur fights. That would be a protege. Aaron Pico would
Prodigy.
Prodigy. Where do we begin? A little trolley started all this chaos.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, actually. Throwing a trolley. Is that what you said?
Conor McGregor threw a trolley through a bus window.
Wait, you're talking about a dolly.
A dolly.
Damn, that's what
I say.
Trolley.
Oh, my bad.
Honestly, I could spend hours posting clips of him butchering the English language. He genuinely makes Big Papa Seagal seem like an articulate wordsmith.
Bullshit, motherfucker!
Much like his father, Boo Boo says a lot of stupid shit.
Bruce Lee was there a lot. Did I know Bruce, talk to him, learn from him? Nothing like that. But I did get to see him and watch him and talk to him.
A ridiculous amount of drivel that, if we're being honest, is a blessing for content creators looking for an easy target. Here, he puts his foot so far in his mouth that even he realized how badly he fucked up.
Some bald f***ing dudes are slanging d*** out there. Look at Dana White, Rogan. That's it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Some are born with a natural charisma and aura that has them destined for stardom.
A few of my closest friends, you know, that are pretty much high up in Hollywood had been saying, you know, you've really got the look, and you got the charisma, and you got this, and you got that. And for years, I'd be walking into a restaurant or somewhere, and people come up to me and say, what have I seen you in? Or, I enjoy your work, you know, or you were great in this, you know. And I could never understand why, and I started to try to put the pieces together, and I thought, well, let's give it a try, you know.
Boo Boo's talent and magnetism also guaranteed him success in show business. After his combat career ended, Boo Boo was a little lost and looking for guidance. Big Daddy Seagal was out conducting important research.
I want you to take me someplace where I can find some drugs and some women.
But fortunately for Boo Boo, Joe Rogan and some other mates were around to lie to his face and tell him that he was funny.
Why? Why would you do that?
Unfortunately for the world, Boo Boo took them literally and decided to become a stand-up comedian. And the results were, well, hilarious, but not for the reason you think. His first stand-up special, you'd be surprised, was a
real f***ed up kind of bizarre combination of monkey shit.
A bigger piece of shit than any of the Sensei Seagal movies. And you're probably wondering how I know this. Well, I'm an expert, trust me, when it comes to Seagal.
I'm very familiar, very familiar.
So how bad was his special?
I don't know if you know this about Texas, but their gas station, that's their clubs during the middle of the day. That's where all the good old boys hang out, and it is a scene. They're out there, their truck's freshly washed, they're proud as shit, stand in front of it like this. There's grills, full rack of ribs, like it's a scene, man. Then finally, after 10 minutes, this dude comes out of the bathroom, he's all, "What's up, man? I'm Jamal." He was Asian as shit. Dicey.
The stand-up routine was horrible, with sections borrowed from or inspired by other comedians.
You know what my favorite food is? Fajitas. I love fajitas. They bring them out, and it is loud. Smoke. It's like 4th of July. Everyone's like, oh my God. What is that? What the is that?
I go to Chili's and order fajitas. You know what I'm talking about, you order those fajitas, it's fucking poppin'. Like, those fajitas hit the floors all. And you're like, what the f***, come on.
Here's a fun little fact. Boo Boo was offering 50% off if people left a review it deserves, assuming this would be a positive thing. Wrong. The internet, doing as it does, went to town and trashed the special. Now, if all that wasn't enough, Boo Boo also picked up this disgusting habit from Papa Seagal.
Win Marcel's one too.
So, what do you think, Seagalians? Do you think Boo Boo Schaub sprung from the loins of Lord Papa Seagal? I think there are too many similarities to overlook. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you're interested in seeing more about Seagal's love child Boo Boo. This bloke is an endless trove of drama and controversy, hence why he must be Sensei Muppet's love child.
Vladimir Putin.
Anyway, my friends, that is it for today. There's a new Guide 2 video dropping soon. There's also a new Lawman episode that I'll be uploading to Patreon only because YouTube keeps copyright spanking me with that one. If you're not a member thinking about joining, it costs literally 6.5 cents per day and helps contribute towards the goal of Seagalism as the sole global religion. Until we meet next, my friends, go chop someone to the throat, but also give a stranger a high five. Above all, stay awesome. Peace, legends.